So one of the complaints that we hear a lot from our colleagues when you and I are on the podium talking about dispensing, which we often are, I don't have time. So tell us, walk us through your flow. I know that is part of your genius, and you are a genius because
Well,
you have figured it out.
it takes figuring it out. It is a dance that needs to be choreographed over and over. It's not something that you figure out once, like how we used to when we were all trained to do Botox. We had one map of how we
Mhm.
should inject. And guess what happened? Even 5 years ago, we learned guess what? The frontalis comes a little bit lower. And if we're injecting a centimeter above the brow, we're going to cause a medial brow drop.
Rautosis, yeah.
The same thing happens with skincare. If you're not figuring out how your office flow is changing and when the patient needs to be basically not handcuffed, but thought brought into the circle of what is this office visit going to be, if you're not paying attention to the timing of that, you will get behind and you'll talk about your children or your vacations when really, I guess what, there's not time for that either. You need to talk about what the patient came for. So our method is it starts right when they make their appointment. Our patients are asked to either send a list of what they use or to bring it with them if they can't send it by email. I have a lot of older patients too, and you think I'm a little challenged by tech. Well, my patients are really challenged by tech. So as long as they bring it with them, I'm thrilled because we put it right into the system. We know what they're using, and I don't pick up a syringe. I don't pick up a needle. My first direct quote to my comment to my patients are the first time that I speak to them, it's how do you take care of your skin? If they're repeat patients, I say, how many times have you put on your sunscreen today? There are key phrases that just kind of jolt them into the fact we're going to be talking about skincare, not second, not third, not at the end of the appointment, but first.
So you put it front and center. You also are very efficient at utilizing your personnel. That's something that I'll be honest, I was never good at, Ruth, because I felt like I was always doing it myself, but you do it very well. So tell us about your incredible staff and how do you train them and how do they know what to say and what to give the patients?
That's a lot of energy and effort. And honestly, I often go home and I leave the office and say, I could have done that better today with my staff. They learn so quickly and they want to learn so quickly. It's skincare is interesting. Skincare is fun. My staff, especially the younger members of my staff, but even the older members of my staff are really interested in learning everything. So yes, I do some training, but I also harness all of the manufacturers to come in and basically provide not just lunch or a snack or a smoothie, but information. Because as you said before, it's impossible to keep up with everything that's new. And so you have to have an organizational method to bring people that are experts. I mean, I can call Patti on the phone and I do repeatedly because, as much as I know, Patti knows more. She knows all the studies, but you can also call the manufacturers and you can have them bring the studies that are pertinent to their products so that then you have a chance to review them with your staff while they come in to train your staff, but you can then look at them as well. So yes, training your staff is important. And then I used to use a phrase, I remember when I used to give the Skin Medica summits, which I did a lot 15
For
years ago.
years,
For
yeah.
years, I used to say you have to anoint the staff
Right.
member. You can't just pass them off. And so
Mhm.
what we do in my office is we call one of the skincare gurus into the office while I'm talking. And that's why I talk too much in the office and then I don't talk at all at home. But what I say to my patients when the skincare guru, a member of my staff comes in is, and now Amy is going to basically, after I tell you what I want you to use, then I say Amy or whoever is coming into the room is going to show you these products. You can touch and feel these products. You can decide if they're too expensive or on budget for you. Those are the things that tie you down as the doctor. You need to be able to anoint someone to do the handoff. Ariana is the youngest member of my staff. And honestly, I mean, I couldn't have been doing this with you without her sitting here right now in case something goes wrong. So my staff really is amazing in that respect. And I'm learning that the younger they are, the more they know what's going on TikTok, what's being said, what are the things that are out there that are basically misinformation points that my patients need to hear me say, no, do not do that. I want you to do this.